Have you ever grabbed a handful of nuts as a quick snack, thinking you're making a healthy choice, only to wonder if some might be doing more harm than good? Today, we're diving into the surprising world of nuts to uncover which ones can transform your health, boosting your heart, brain, and even your longevity, while others might sneak in hidden risks you never saw coming. Stick around until the end, because knowing the 4 nuts you should eat and the 4 you should avoid could be the small change that makes a big difference in how you feel every day. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. 1. Almonds. The heart-healthy powerhouse. If you've ever strolled down the snack aisle of a grocery store, you've likely encountered almonds in a dizzying array of forms. Raw, roasted, slivered, salted, transformed into creamy almond butter, or even processed into smooth, dairy-free almond milk. This tiny, teardrop-shaped nut has become a staple for good reason. It's a nutritional dynamo, particularly for older adults seeking to maintain vitality as they age. So, what elevates almonds to superfood status? One of their standout features is their ability to promote cardiovascular health, a critical concern for many as the years go by. Almonds are brimming with monounsaturated fats, often dubbed good fats, which work wonders for your cholesterol levels. These fats help lower LDL, low-density lipoprotein, the bad cholesterol that can clog arteries, while simultaneously boosting HDL, high-density lipoprotein, the good cholesterol that acts as a natural protector against heart disease. If your doctor has ever flagged your cholesterol numbers or urged you to take better care of your ticker, a daily handful of almonds, about 23 nuts, roughly an ounce, could be a deliciously simple step toward a healthier heart. But almonds don't stop at lipids. They're also a treasure trove of magnesium, a mineral that's often overlooked yet essential for overall wellness. Magnesium plays a starring role in regulating blood pressure, supporting nerve function, and ensuring that your muscles, including the all-important heart, perform at their best. Many older adults suffer from subtle magnesium deficiencies without realizing it, which can manifest as hypertension, muscle cramps, or even irregular heart rhythms. By tossing a handful of almonds into your daily routine, perhaps sprinkled over yogurt, blended into a smoothie, or enjoyed solo, you're giving your body a natural magnesium boost to keep these systems humming smoothly. And there's more. Almonds are a boon for your skin, thanks to their generous supply of vitamin E, a potent antioxidant that fights oxidative stress. Oxidative stress, driven by free radicals, accelerates aging and leaves its mark in the form of fine lines, wrinkles, and dull skin. Vitamin E steps in as a shield, neutralizing these harmful molecules, reducing wrinkle formation, maintaining skin hydration, and even offering some protection against UV damage from the sun. If you're on a quest for a natural, food-based way to keep your complexion radiant and youthful, almonds could become your go-to ally. However, as with all good things, moderation is crucial. Almonds are calorie-dense, packing about 160 to 170 calories per ounce, so overindulging could tip the scales. Stick to that recommended 23 nut serving to reap the rewards without excess. A word of caution: if you're tempted by flavored varieties, think chocolate-dipped, honey-roasted, or yogurt-coated almonds. Be mindful that the added sugars and fats can transform this wholesome snack into a calorie-laden treat more akin to dessert. And for those with tree nut allergies, almonds are off-limits, so consult with a healthcare provider if you're unsure. In summary, almonds are a nutritional powerhouse, delivering heart-healthy fats, vital minerals, and skin-nourishing antioxidants in a compact, tasty package. Just a handful a day can meaningfully enhance your well-being. But if almonds are the heart's steadfast companion, our next nut might just be the brain's greatest champion. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. 2. Walnuts. The brain-boosting wonder. Picture this. You crack open a walnut, and there it is, a wrinkled two-lobed nut that bears an uncanny resemblance to the human brain. It's almost as if nature left a subtle hint, and science has confirmed it. Walnuts are among the most exceptional foods for cognitive health. Whether your goal is to sharpen your memory, bolster long-term brain function, or fend off age-related cognitive decline, walnuts deserve a prime spot on your shopping list. What sets them apart? It all starts with their impressive omega-3 fatty acid content, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 that's rare among nuts. Omega-3s are renowned for their anti-inflammatory properties, and inflammation is a silent saboteur in the body, particularly when it comes to the brain. Chronic inflammation is a driving force behind memory loss, cognitive decline, and even neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. By incorporating walnuts into your diet, you're arming your brain with a natural defense against this damage. But that's just the beginning. Walnuts are also loaded with antioxidants, including polyphenol and vitamin E, which safeguard brain cells from oxidative stress. Research backs this up. Studies suggest that regular walnut consumption can enhance memory, improve mental processing speed, and support overall cognitive performance, making them an ideal choice for anyone looking to stay sharp well into their later years. Beyond brain health, walnuts offer a surprising perk for metabolic wellness. Emerging evidence indicates that they may improve insulin sensitivity, a key factor in blood sugar regulation. This makes them a smart pick for those managing prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, as their unique blend of healthy fats, fiber, and protein slows digestion and helps prevent blood sugar spikes. A typical serving, about 14 walnut halves, or roughly an ounce, delivers these benefits without overwhelming your calorie intake, though, like almonds, walnuts are energy-dense at around 180 to 190 calories per ounce, so portion control is wise. Flavor-wise, walnuts can be an acquired taste. Their natural tannins lend a slight bitterness that some find off-putting. If that's you, try lightly roasting them in the oven or soaking them in water for a few hours to soften the flavor and enhance their buttery richness. Storage matters, too. Walnuts' high oil content means they can turn rancid if left in warm, humid conditions. Keep them fresh by storing them in an airtight container in the fridge for a few months or freezer for up to a year. In essence, walnuts are a true superfood, supporting brain health, heart health, and metabolic balance. Make them a daily habit, tossed into oatmeal, blended into smoothies, or eaten as a standalone snack, and your mind and body will thank you. 3. Pistachios, the weight management hero. Now let's turn to pistachios, those vibrant green gems often spotted at parties or ball games, where their satisfying crunch and subtle sweetness make them a crowd pleaser. But pistachios are more than just a tasty treat. They're a strategic choice for anyone aiming to maintain a healthy weight without sacrificing enjoyment. Compared to many other nuts, pistachios are a lighter option calorie-wise, clocking in at about 120 to 130 calories per ounce, around 49 kernels, making them a figure-friendly snack for those mindful of portions. This doesn't mean you can munch endlessly, but it does offer a bit more wiggle room for satisfying your cravings. What makes pistachios a standout for weight management? It's all about satiety, the feeling of fullness that keeps hunger at bay. Pistachios deliver a winning trio of protein, fiber, and healthy fats, which work together to curb overeating. The act of shelling them adds another layer of brilliance. It slows you down, giving your brain time to register fullness and making it harder to mindlessly overindulge. Studies even suggest that the visual cue of discarded shells can reinforce portion awareness, a small but clever psychological trick. Beyond weight control, pistachios shine for eye health, thanks to their rich stores of lutein and zeaxanthin, antioxidants that protect against age-related macular degeneration and maintain vision clarity as you age. Like their nutty counterparts, pistachios bring heart-healthy benefits, too, with monounsaturated fats that support cholesterol balance. Their vibrant color hints at their antioxidant prowess, which combats inflammation and oxidative stress throughout the body. A serving of about 49 pistachios fits neatly into a balanced diet, but if you're buying them pre-shelled or flavored, think salt and pepper or chili varieties. Watch for added sodium or sugars that can sneak in. Store them in a cool, dry place to preserve their freshness, and if you're allergy-prone, ensure they're safe for you or your loved ones. Pistachios are a delicious, practical choice, perfect for snacking smarter while nurturing your body from the inside out. As we age, our bodies undergo various changes, and one area that becomes increasingly susceptible to wear and tear is our vision. The delicate structures of our eyes face growing threats from factors like blue light exposure, emitted by screens and artificial lighting, and oxidative stress, a process where harmful free radicals accumulate and damage cells. Fortunately, certain compounds found in nature can serve as a protective shield for our eyesight. Pistachios, for instance, contain nutrients such as lutein and zeaxanthin, antioxidants that help filter harmful blue light and neutralize free radicals, safeguarding the retina and supporting long-term eye health. By incorporating these crunchy green nuts into your diet, you're not only treating yourself to a tasty snack but also providing your eyes with a natural defense system to maintain sharp, clear vision well into your later years. Despite their impressive health benefits, pistachios, like all good things, require a mindful approach to consumption. While they are lower in calories compared to some other nuts, offering around 160 calories per ounce, they remain energy-dense, meaning their compact size belies a significant calorie punch. This makes portion control essential, as it's surprisingly easy to lose track and munch your way through far more than intended. A recommended serving size is approximately 1 ounce, which translates to about 49 pistachios, a generous amount compared to larger nuts like almonds or walnuts, thanks to their petite stature. This larger quantity per serving can make them particularly satisfying, offering a sense of fullness and enjoyment without overloading your calorie intake. Their shells also play a helpful role, slowing down your eating pace and giving your brain time to register satisfaction, which can curb overindulgence. That said, pistachios aren't without their caveats. As a tree nut, they pose a potential risk for those with allergies, a concern that applies across the nut family. If you have a known sensitivity to nuts or suspect you might, it's wise to consult a healthcare professional before adding pistachios to your routine. For those who can enjoy them safely, pistachios are a delightful and nutritious option, blending crunch, flavor, and health perks into one convenient package. They're versatile too. Pair them with a handful of fresh berries, a dollop of low-sugar Greek yogurt, or even a sprinkle of dark chocolate shavings, and you've crafted a balanced, enjoyable treat that supports both your weight management goals and your eye health. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Now, let's shift our focus to a lesser-known but remarkably potent nut that packs a powerful punch for a very specific aspect of wellness: thyroid health. Brazil nuts, often overshadowed by more popular choices like almonds or cashews, deserve a spotlight for their unparalleled nutritional profile. These large, crescent-shaped nuts may not grace every snack bowl, but when it comes to supporting your thyroid and bolstering your immune system, they stand in a league of their own. Their secret weapon: selenium, an essential trace mineral that plays a starring role in thyroid function. The thyroid, a small butterfly-shaped gland in your neck, acts as a master regulator of metabolism, energy production, mood stability, and countless other bodily processes. As we age, maintaining its optimal performance becomes increasingly vital, and selenium is a key player in that mission. Selenium supports the thyroid by facilitating the production and conversion of thyroid hormones, such as T3 and T4, which govern everything from how efficiently you burn calories to how well your brain functions. Even a mild deficiency in this mineral can throw things off balance, slowing metabolism, sapping energy, or even affecting mood and cognitive clarity. Beyond its thyroid benefits, selenium doubles as a potent antioxidant, teaming up with vitamin E and other compounds in Brazil nuts to combat oxidative stress and inflammation, two culprits behind aging and chronic conditions like heart disease or diabetes. Additionally, selenium strengthens the immune system, enhancing your body's ability to ward off infections and recover from illness more effectively, a perk that's especially valuable as immunity naturally declines with age. What makes Brazil nuts truly unique, however, is their extraordinary selenium potency. Unlike other nuts where a hearty handful constitutes a serving, these nuts deliver so much selenium that just 1 or 2, yes, a mere 1 or 2, per day can meet your daily requirement, roughly 55 micrograms for adults. This efficiency is both a blessing and a cautionary tale. Overindulging in Brazil nuts can push selenium intake into toxic territory, a condition known as selenosis, which may manifest as brittle hair and nails, gastrointestinal upset, or, in severe cases, neurological disturbances. Moderation, then, is not just a suggestion but a necessity. Think of Brazil nuts less as a casual snack and more as a targeted nutritional supplement, a small but mighty addition to your diet. If their slightly earthy, dry texture isn't your favorite, there are clever ways to enjoy them without risking excess. Try finely chopping a single Brazil nut and tossing it into a mix of almonds, walnuts, or sunflower seeds for a varied crunch. Alternatively, blend it into a smoothie with spinach and banana, or sprinkle it over a bowl of oatmeal or yogurt paired with fresh fruit like sliced apples or blueberries. This approach lets you harness their thyroid-supporting, immune-boosting benefits while keeping your intake in check. Brazil nuts are a testament to the adage that good things come in small packages. When used wisely, they're a nutritional powerhouse for longevity and vitality. Having explored some stellar nut options, let's pivot to a more cautionary tale. Not all nuts are created equal, and some may warrant a second thought, especially for older adults aiming to optimize their health. While nuts are often hailed as nutrient-packed superfoods, brimming with healthy fats, protein, and vital micronutrients, certain varieties come with downsides that could undermine your wellness goals. Whether it's excessive calories, allergen risks, or sneaky additives, a few nuts might be better enjoyed sparingly or avoided altogether. Let's dive into 4 types that could pose challenges, starting with a deceptively decadent option. 1. Macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts often evoke images of indulgence. Think white chocolate macadamia cookies, upscale trail mixes, or buttery roasted handfuls. Their rich, creamy texture and subtle sweetness make them a standout favorite, but this luxury comes at a cost, particularly if you're watching your waistline or prioritizing heart health. The primary concern with macadamia nuts is their staggering calorie and fat content. A single ounce, about 10 to 12 nuts, clocks in at over 200 calories and 21 grams of fat, higher than most other nuts. While much of this fat is monounsaturated and heart-healthy, the sheer density makes it alarmingly easy to rack up calories without feeling full. Compare this to pistachios or almonds, which offer more volume per calorie, and the difference becomes clear. Compounding the issue is their irresistible nature. Unlike firmer nuts that require deliberate chewing, macadamia's soft, melt-in-your-mouth quality can lure you into eating far more than planned. Before you know it, a quick nibble turns into hundreds of extra calories, derailing weight management efforts. Commercial preparations only exacerbate the problem. Honey-roasted, salted, or chocolate-dipped macadamias pile on sugar, sodium, and saturated fats, turning a potentially wholesome choice into a dietary minefield. For older adults managing cholesterol, blood pressure, or blood sugar, these embellishments can tip the scales in the wrong direction. That doesn't mean macadamias are off-limits entirely. Moderation and strategy are key. If they're a must-have, opt for raw or dry roasted varieties and stick to strict portions, ideally pre-measured in small snack packs rather than loose handfuls from a jar. Better yet, weave them into meals for controlled enjoyment. Crush a few over a leafy green salad, mix them into a quinoa bowl with veggies, or blend them into a homemade pesto. This way, you savor their unique flavor without overdoing it. While macadamia nuts aren't inherently villains, their calorie density, ease of overconsumption, and frequent unhealthy enhancements make them a nut to approach with caution rather than carefree abandon. For those prioritizing weight control and cardiovascular wellness, keeping them as an occasional treat rather than a staple is a savvy choice. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 3 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. 2. Peanuts. A common allergen with hidden risks. Peanuts are an ubiquitous presence in many homes and diets across the United States, cherished for their versatility and rich, earthy flavor. From the classic peanut butter slathered on sandwiches to the salty, roasted handfuls munched at baseball games or holiday gatherings, peanuts hold a special place as one of America's most widely consumed nuts. Yet, despite their widespread popularity and cultural significance, peanuts come with a host of potential pitfalls that warrant a closer look. Contrary to common belief, peanuts aren't true nuts at all. They're legumes, belonging to the same botanical family as beans, peas, and lentils. This distinction might seem trivial to the average eater, but it carries important implications. For instance, their classification as legumes explains why some individuals with tree nut allergies can safely enjoy peanuts without issue, while others experience severe cross-reactivity to both tree nuts and peanuts, blurring the lines of dietary safety. The most pressing concern with peanuts is their association with allergies, which rank among the most severe and potentially life-threatening of all food sensitivities. Peanut allergies affect millions worldwide, and for those afflicted, exposure can trigger anaphylaxis, a rapid, systemic reaction that may include difficulty breathing, swelling, and a dangerous drop in blood pressure. For individuals or families managing this condition, vigilance is non-negotiable. Complete avoidance of peanuts and peanut-derived products is the only reliable safeguard. Symptoms can strike suddenly and escalate quickly, making peanuts a hidden danger in settings where cross-contamination is a risk, such as restaurants, bakeries, or even shared kitchens. Beyond their allergenic potential, peanuts harbor another insidious threat: aflatoxins. These toxic compounds are produced by certain molds, namely Aspergillus flavus and Aspergillus parasiticus, which thrive in warm, humid conditions, circumstances that peanuts may encounter during growth, harvest, or storage. Aflatoxins are not just a minor nuisance. They're potent carcinogens linked to liver damage and an elevated risk of liver cancer over time. In the United States, regulatory bodies like the FDA impose strict limits on aflatoxin levels in food products to protect consumers, but the risk isn't eliminated. Peanuts purchased in bulk from less regulated sources, or those stored improperly for extended periods, may still carry elevated levels of these toxins. This danger is particularly pronounced in regions with lax oversight or in products imported from countries with less stringent standards, making it a persistent concern for peanut lovers. Adding to the complexity, many commercially available peanut products are laden with unhealthy additives that undermine their nutritional value. Take peanut butter, for example, a childhood staple for many. While it can be a wholesome source of protein and healthy fats in its purest form, a quick scan of supermarket shelves reveals jars packed with hydrogenated oils, refined sugars, and excessive sodium. These additives, intended to enhance flavor and shelf life, can contribute to a slew of health issues, including heart disease, weight gain, and chronic inflammation. Similarly, roasted peanuts, often marketed as a convenient, protein-rich snack, are frequently doused in excessive salt, artificial flavorings, or sugary coatings like honey or caramel glazes. What might start as a potentially nutritious choice can quickly transform into a calorie-dense, nutrient-poor indulgence, posing a stealthy challenge to maintaining a balanced diet. So, how can one enjoy peanuts more safely and healthfully? For those who adore their nutty taste and creamy texture, the key lies in mindful selection and moderation. Opt for natural peanut butter, free of added oils, sugars, or preservatives. Just peanuts and perhaps a pinch of salt. Portion control is equally critical, as peanuts are calorie-dense, and overindulgence can tip the scales toward unintended weight gain. Proper storage is another vital step. Keep peanuts in a cool, dry place, ideally in an airtight container, to minimize the risk of mold growth and aflatoxin contamination. When buying in bulk, source from reputable vendors with transparent quality controls. While peanuts can fit into a healthy diet, their allergy risks, vulnerability to toxic contamination, and frequent unhealthy processing mean they're a food to approach with caution rather than carefree abandon. 3. Pine nuts. Pricey, delicate, and prone to off flavors. Pine nuts occupy a luxurious niche in the culinary world, prized for their delicate, buttery flavor and subtle crunch. These tiny seeds, harvested from the cones of certain pine trees, have been a gourmet staple for centuries, gracing dishes across Mediterranean and Italian cuisines. Whether sprinkled atop a fresh arugula salad, blended into a vibrant basil pesto, or tossed into a sauté of vegetables and herbs, pine nuts bring an elegant touch to meals, pairing beautifully with tangy cheeses, fragrant olive oil, and zesty seasonings. Yet, for all their culinary allure, pine nuts come with a suite of drawbacks that make them less practical for everyday snacking or as a nutritional powerhouse compared to other nuts like almonds, walnuts, or pistachios. One of the most significant challenges with pine nuts is their high oil content, which renders them exceptionally perishable. Unlike heartier nuts such as almonds or cashews, which can sit in a pantry for months without losing their appeal, pine nuts are far more fragile. If not stored correctly, their abundant natural oils oxidize rapidly, leading to rancidity, a process that saps their nutritional benefits and leaves behind an unpleasant, stale, or sour taste. This spoilage doesn't just compromise their delicate flavor. It can also cause mild digestive discomfort for some eaters. To preserve their freshness, pine nuts demand careful handling. Store them in an airtight container in the refrigerator for short-term use or the freezer for longer periods. Room temperature is rarely a friend to these nuts, especially in warm or humid climates, where spoilage accelerates. Even more peculiar is a phenomenon known as pine mouth syndrome, a curious and vexing side effect reported by some pine nut enthusiasts. After consuming pine nuts, certain individuals experience a persistent bitter or metallic taste that lingers in their mouth for days, or even weeks, altering the flavor of everything they eat or drink. Though not physically harmful, This condition can be maddening, turning a pleasurable meal into a prolonged sensory ordeal. Researchers remain puzzled about its exact cause, though theories point to specific pine nut varieties, particularly those sourced from certain species of Chinese pine trees, or individual biochemical sensitivities. If you've ever savored a handful of pine nuts only to find your morning coffee tasting like pennies for days afterward, you might think twice before reaching for them again. Nutritionally, pine nuts fall short of the robust profile offered by many of their nutty peers. While they deliver a dose of healthy monounsaturated fats, they're notably lower in protein and fiber compared to almonds, walnuts, or pistachios. A typical serving of pine nuts provides less satiety, meaning they're less likely to keep hunger at bay for extended periods, a key consideration for those seeking nutrient-dense snacks to fuel busy days. They also lack the broad spectrum of vitamins and minerals found in other nuts, such as the vitamin E in almonds or the omega-3 fatty acids in walnuts. When you factor in their steep price tag, often driven by the labor-intensive process of harvesting them from pine cones, and their fleeting shelf life, pine nuts start to look like a less practical choice for regular consumption. How can you enjoy pine nuts without falling into these traps? If their unique flavor calls to you, they can still shine as a sophisticated accent in dishes, but restraint and care are essential. Use them sparingly. Think a tablespoon sprinkled over a salad or a small handful blended into pesto, rather than eating them by the fistful as a standalone snack. For a more budget-friendly and nutrient-rich alternative, consider swapping pine nuts for seeds like sunflower or pumpkin, or even almonds, which mimic their texture while offering more protein, fiber, and vitamins at a fraction of the cost. When purchasing pine nuts, buy only what you'll use promptly, and store them in the fridge or freezer to lock in freshness. Check their origin if possible, as some sources suggest that nuts from traditional Mediterranean species, like Pinus pinea, may be less likely to trigger pine mouth than cheaper imports. In the end, pine nuts bring a gourmet flair to the table, but their perishability, lower nutritional density, quirky side effects, and premium price make them a nut best savored occasionally rather than relied upon as a daily dietary staple. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. When you think of chestnuts, your mind might immediately drift to picturesque scenes of bustling holiday markets, where vendors roast them over open fires, filling the air with their warm, inviting aroma. Perhaps you envision cozy winter evenings, the crackle of a fireplace, and the delightful nutty sweetness that chestnuts bring to seasonal traditions. Chestnuts hold a special place in many cultures, often celebrated in songs and recipes, from roasted snacks to creamy soups and festive stuffing. However, despite their charm and distinctive flavor, chestnuts stand apart from most other nuts in a surprising way: their nutritional profile. While nuts like almonds, walnuts, and pecans are renowned for their high protein content and heart-healthy fats, chestnuts are an outlier. Composed primarily of carbohydrates, specifically starch, they bear a closer resemblance to grains like rice or starchy vegetables like potatoes than to their tree nut cousins. This unique composition gives them a naturally sweet taste and a soft, crumbly texture, but it also means they don't deliver the same protein-packed or fat-rich benefits that many associate with nuts. One of the most notable distinctions with chestnuts is their low content of healthy fats, a hallmark of most other nuts. Take almonds or walnuts, for instance. These are loaded with monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, which have been extensively studied for their ability to support cardiovascular health. These fats help reduce inflammation, lower bad LDL cholesterol levels, and increase good HDL cholesterol, making them a go-to choice for anyone looking to protect their heart. Chestnuts, on the other hand, contain negligible amounts of fat, clocking in at less than 2 grams per 100 gram serving, compared to the 50 to 60 grams found in many other nuts. This scarcity of fat means chestnuts miss out on the satiety factor, the feeling of fullness that higher fat nuts provide, which can be a key benefit for weight management or snacking between meals. If your goal is to incorporate nuts into your diet specifically for their heart-healthy fats or long-lasting energy, chestnuts might not meet your expectations. Another consideration with chestnuts is their higher glycemic index, a measure of how quickly a food raises blood sugar levels. Because they're predominantly carbohydrates, about 80% of their calories come from carbs, they can cause a more rapid spike in blood sugar compared to protein, and fat-rich nuts like pistachios or hazelnuts. This characteristic makes chestnuts less suitable for individuals who need to carefully manage their blood sugar, such as those with diabetes, prediabetes, or insulin resistance. While their natural sweetness makes them a tasty treat, especially when roasted or boiled, this sweetness comes at a cost for those monitoring their carbohydrate intake or aiming for stable energy levels throughout the day. For context, a single ounce of chestnuts, about 28 grams, contains roughly 15 grams of carbohydrates, whereas the same amount of almonds has only about 6 grams, with most of those being fiber rather than starch. From a micronutrient standpoint, chestnuts aren't entirely without merit, though they don't stack up to the nutritional heavyweights in the nut family. They do provide a modest amount of vitamin C, an unusual perk for a nut, along with small doses of potassium, magnesium, and B vitamins like B6 and folate. These nutrients offer some benefits, such as supporting immune function and energy metabolism. However, when compared to other nuts, chestnuts fall short in delivering a robust mineral or antioxidant profile. Almonds, for example, are a powerhouse of vitamin E, magnesium, and calcium, nutrients critical for skin health, muscle function, and bone strength. Walnuts shine with their high levels of omega-3 fatty acids, which support brain health and reduce inflammation. Chestnuts, by contrast, offer fewer of these essential nutrients and significantly less protein, about 1 to 2 grams per ounce compared to 6 to 7 grams in almonds or peanuts. This lower protein content further reduces their ability to keep you satisfied for extended periods, making them less of a stick-to-your-ribs snack. That said, chestnuts aren't without their culinary and dietary appeal, particularly for those seeking specific qualities in their food. For individuals following a gluten-free diet, chestnuts serve as a naturally gluten-free alternative to grains, offering a starchy base that can replace wheat-based ingredients in recipes. Their soft, creamy texture, reminiscent of mashed potatoes when cooked, makes them incredibly versatile in the kitchen. In traditional European cuisines, such as Italian or French, chestnuts are ground into flour for desserts, pureed into velvety soups, or roasted as a simple side dish. In Asian cooking, they might appear in sweet pastes or savory stir-fries. Their lower fat content can also be a plus for those deliberately cutting back on dietary fats, provided they're mindful of the carbohydrate load. During the holiday season, roasting chestnuts remains a beloved ritual, and their unique flavor can elevate dishes like stuffing or pair beautifully with root vegetables. To enjoy chestnuts in moderation without overdoing the carbs, a little strategic pairing can go a long way. Since they lack substantial fat and protein, combining them with a complementary food can help balance their impact on blood sugar and make them part of a more well-rounded snack or meal. For instance, try serving roasted chestnuts alongside a small piece of cheese, a slice of lean turkey, or a handful of higher-fat nuts like almonds or walnuts. This combination adds healthy fats and protein to the mix, slowing digestion and providing a steadier release of energy. Portion control is also key. Stick to a small handful, about 5 to 6 chestnuts, or 1 ounce, to keep carb intake in check. Another practical tip. Chestnuts are more perishable than other nuts due to their higher water content, which hovers around 50% compared to the 5 to 10% in almonds or pecans. This makes them prone to mold if not stored properly. When buying fresh chestnuts, keep them in a perforated bag in the refrigerator and use them within 3 to 4 weeks. Alternatively, opt for vacuum-packed or canned versions for longer shelf life, though these may contain added sodium or preservatives. To wrap it all up, nuts can be a fantastic addition to your diet, offering a range of health benefits depending on your choice. On one hand, you have powerhouse options like almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts, which deliver healthy fats, protein, and vital nutrients to support heart health, brain function, and overall wellness. On the other hand, there are nuts to approach with caution. Macadamia nuts, high in fat and calories. Peanuts, technically legumes with potential allergen risks. Pine nuts, pricey and sometimes linked to taste disturbances. And chestnuts, starchy and low in fats. Chestnuts, while delicious and culturally significant, require a bit of mindfulness to fit into a balanced diet. Everyone's nutritional needs are unique, so if you're unsure about how nuts fit into your health goals, whether you're managing a condition or optimizing your diet, consulting a doctor or registered dietitian can provide personalized guidance. Ultimately, the secret to reaping the rewards of nuts lies in balance, variety, and moderation. Whether you're tossing them into a salad, enjoying them as a snack, or savoring a holiday treat, the right nut, in the right amount, can be a delicious and nutritious ally. And there you have it, folks. The 4 nuts that can work wonders for your health and the 4 you might want to rethink. So, what have you learned so far? I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below this video with one thing you've picked up today that you'll start practicing in your life. Maybe it's swapping macadamia nuts for pistachios, or adding a Brazil nut to your routine for that thyroid boost. What's your takeaway? If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more tips to snack smarter and live better. Until next time, stay healthy and keep those nuts in check.